Hi everyone, welcome back to our AI in Action Building with Copilot Studio series. In earlier episodes, Gomez shared how you can create a topic either from a description with Copilot or creating it from blank. In this episode, I'm going to share how you can pass your variable outputs from one topic to another. Let's get started. In the Copilot Studio implementation guide, one of the recommendations when it comes to authoring your topics is mixing topics triggered where you redirect one topic to another. Reusable topics prevents duplicating topic content for your agents. This is achieved by redirecting to a different topic from a parent topic and then resuming the parent topic once a redirected topic is complete. Let's next learn how to do this in Copilot Studio. I have an agent that I built to handle bookings for real estate showings. My customer details topic will be reused by parent topics. There are 3 variables in this topic. There's a name variable which stores the name of the customer. There's an email address variable which stores the email address of the customer. And then there's a details correct variable which stores the customer response to indicate the details entered are correct. Since this will be a reusable topic, I need to define the variable settings where the values are passed back to the originating parent topic that triggered this topic. I'll select variables, which will display the variables pane, and I'll select the right-hand side checkbox. This will return values to the parent topic. I'll then save my updated topic. Next, in the parent topic that will be triggered to perform the bookings, I'll add a send a message node to inform the customer this agent can help with bookings for real estate showings. I'll save my topic. I'll then add a new node where I select topic management, followed by go to another topic and select my customer details topic. This parent topic will now redirect to the customer details topic, and the variables will be returned as seen in these 3 outputs of the node. I can continue to configure the rest of my topic and can reference the 3 outputs downstream in other nodes. After I've completed authoring my parent topic, I can now test the redirection to the customer details topic. I'll enable track between topics to verify my agent correctly redirected to the customer details topic from the parent topic. I'll refresh the test pane. I'll next enter a statement where I say I'd like to book a real estate showing. Now, because I enabled track between topics, currently we can see in the authoring canvas that the agent is at the question node of the customer details topic. When I select the first response from the agent, we can see that the parent topic was triggered. As I scroll down to the redirect node, we can see the agent successfully redirected to the customer details topic, and then when I reselect the agent question in the test pane that asks for my name, it'll display the customer details topic. I'll now answer the question by providing a name. I'm then asked to provide an email address as this is a second question node. Once I provide an email address, we'll see my adaptive card that summarizes my customer detail information, and when I select yes, the agent will return to the parent topic and return the input values to the parent topic. Okay, but what if the customer provides their name as part of the initial message to the agent? The agent doesn't recognize the customer has provided their name and proceeds to ask the question as this is derived from the question node in the customer details topic. This experience is not ideal, so let's improve this conversation dialogue with the agent by using generative AI. I'll enable generative mode in the settings of my agent. Back in my customer details topic, I'll select the variables pane again, and this time I'll take the left-hand side checkbox for the name variable to receive input values from other topics. We now need to update the redirect node in the parent topic to pass the name value provided by the customer. In the redirect node, I'll select add input, and we can see the name variable from the custom details topic since I ticked that checkbox earlier for the variable. What we need to do next is populate this input variable with the name provided by the customer at the time this parent topic is triggered. So how do we configure this? We add a new input variable at the topic level. This is a feature that was released during Microsoft Build 2024 and was covered by Dwayne Robinson in one of his videos. I'll select details, and then in the input tab, I'll select create a new variable. I'll enter a name that makes it obvious the input variable is from the topic level for the purpose of this demo. Next, let's define how the agent will fill this input And by default, it will use AI to dynamically fill with the best option. This is because we enabled the generative mode earlier. For the identify entity, I'll leave it as user's entire response. And the most important information to provide is a description, as this is what will be used by AI for slot filling. I'll then save my topic. Now I'll go back to the redirect node and select the input variable that was created at the topic level for the name input value. I'll save my agent and then I'll test it. I'll enable the conversation map so we can see what path the agent followed. I'll now enter a message where I provide my name and the request to book a real estate showing. In a few seconds, we'll see the agent has extracted the name as I'm no longer asked to provide a name. In the conversation map view, we can see the input variable at the topic level was filled using AI. When I provide my email address, we'll then see my customer details summarized as expected. Now, what if we tested the other scenario where the customer doesn't provide their name? We'll see an AI-generated response prompting me to provide a name, and that's due to the input variable at the topic level. This question, which is a prompt for the customer to provide their name, doesn't really seem human-like. You wouldn't have this type of dialogue in real life. So let's improve this conversational experience again. I'll head back to the parent topic where I'll select details, and in the input variable, I'll expand additional settings. I'll scroll down and tick the customize checkbox for the prompt. I'll then add a more realistic prompt to make that conversational experience better for customers. I'll then save my topic and retest. I'll enter the same message again where I don't provide a name, and ta-da! This time, we can see the customized prompt return. But if you look closely, the conversational flow still doesn't look quite right, as the original messages don't take into account that the name can now be provided at the time the parent topic is triggered. Let's make one last round of updates to make this a first-class conversational experience. In the customer details topic, I'll update the question node by removing the thank you segment and inserting the name variable at the end of this question. I'll save the changes. Back in the parent topic, I'll update the message node by inserting the name variable at the beginning of the greeting. I'll save the changes and then I'll retest. I'll test the first scenario where I don't provide a name, and we can see the dialogue flow is much better as the customer's name is being incorporated in the responses. Now I'll test the second scenario where I provide a name, and we can see the same conversational experiences applied where the name is incorporated into the responses. We now have a first-class conversational experience. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the description down below for further links. Please subscribe to our Power Platform YouTube channel so that you get notified of when the next episode of our AI in Action Building with Copilot Studio series is posted. See you next time. Bye!